bring in, I believe this is Captain Darren Rice with the Winnebago County Sheriff's Department.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for taking time. From your perspective here, first of all, the reports of no fatalities. I think when many of us watched that storm go through yesterday, saw the extent of the damage then in the hours afterwards, you were kind of fearing for the worst there, that you would be hearing about fatalities. Explain to me how you, I mean, were you surprised that we were fortunate enough not to be talking about fatalities today?
I think everybody was prepared to have fatalities from the storm moving through. It's hard to describe the level of destruction that the city of Menasha suffered and other surrounding communities, but the city of Menasha was clearly the hardest hit. I truly think we just got lucky that a lot of people were either at work or not in the residences that were severely damaged. And although it was a very brief warning, there was a warning ahead of the tornado actually touching down. The sirens were activated, and hopefully that was enough of a warning for people to seek appropriate shelter.
We don't know exactly the extent of people injured in this. Do you have any kind of sense of how many that could wind up being in the nature of those injuries?
We don't have an exact count of injuries at this point. We did have police officers, deputies, firefighters literally going door to door on foot because there was so much debris in the roadways that we couldn't get vehicles to different parts of the city. One of my deputies, two of my deputies actually loaded up a victim who was relatively stable and began transporting them to a local hospital before there was a paramedic intercept. An EMS unit was in the general area and was able to take over the treatment of that patient.
What was that like for you and your deputies and other first responders in the immediate couple of hours after this storm came through?
Honestly, I think people just looked for work. Everybody that people were experiencing. I've been in law enforcement for over 25 years. I've never seen a weather event of this magnitude. And really, anybody who could respond did, and just looked for an opportunity to pitch in and try to help.
The damage pictures in video that we're seeing is pretty remarkable. How do you describe to people? It's hard to get a sense from the pictures how big and widespread of an area of damage this is. I mean, how much of the city are we talking about?
The vast majority of the city of Menasha experienced significant damage. Some buildings were collapsed. Others, from a distance, don't look like they suffered extensive damage, but as you get closer, you can see that they were shifted on their foundation. There is probably not very many buildings in the city of Menasha that didn't experience some sort of damage from that storm.
And now in the days ahead, I know, the updates that I've seen, it's about clearing debris to access downed power lines, to then clear those downed power lines. What do the days ahead look like in trying to clean this up, to get people's power restored, to even find enough housing for people that can't return?
So a couple of different things to address in your question. There are shelters set up in different areas. Christ of the Rock Church, which is just outside of the city of Menasha, and UW Oshkosh have stepped up to offer lodging opportunities for people, shelter, some air conditioning, shower facilities for those that need it. The cleanup efforts are going to take a long time. The county executive's office is working with the governor's office right now, hoping for an emergency declaration to provide an opportunity to maybe bring in some National Guard resources and available equipment to help clear debris from the roadways. because as you said, the utility companies can't even get to certain parts of the city to start working on the power lines and gas lines and all of the equipment that needs to be addressed until we get the trees and the power lines themselves, which are in the roadways, tree branches, metal from buildings, the roofs from buildings that were ripped off during the storm that are still cluttering the roadways and preventing any vehicles from traveling through the city.
It's going to take a lot. One last thing, I want to get back to yesterday's storm. Were you able to even see this tornado as it came through? It was, I mean, obviously rain wrapped. It was very difficult visibility. What were you able to see?
I personally was not able to see it. I was at our office in Oshkosh, which is about 20 minutes south of the path of the storm. As I traveled to the area while it was occurring, the rain itself it basically gave zero visibility on the interstate that runs from Oshkosh up to the Neenah-Menasha area. So I could barely see the vehicles around me on the highway. So the people that were in the path of the storm, I don't know if they were able to see it at all.
That was my sense on some of the videos that I saw, that it looked like, you know, it's one of those storms where day turns to night almost. So
absolutely, it was nearly pitch black as the storm rolled through.
Captain Darren Rice, Winnebago County Sheriff's Department, thanks for taking time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and good luck with the days ahead.